Today we have a massive game as Bayern Munich take on Borussia Mönchengladbach in the second round of the DFB Pokal. Let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. So as I said, massive day on Wednesday. We'll be doing a match preview of Bayern Munich versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. And this one should be a very good match. It is going to be at Borussia Park, so Bayern Munich will have to play on the road. Bad news, as once again Bayern Munich will have to play without manager Julian Nagelsmann. And this is a massive Pokal clash, so that's really disappointing that we're going to miss him. Obviously the assistants will be helping, and I'm sure they'll be taking instructions through their ears through Julian Nagelsmann, but still obviously disappointing and really upsetting me that we don't have him back for this clash, but it is what it is and we have to go on and give it our best no matter what. So how are Bayern doing? Bayern are currently first in the Bundesliga table, coming off a 4-0 win this weekend against Hoffenheim, and we beat Bremer SV 12-0 in the first round of the DFB Pokal. So feeling pretty good. Obviously Gladbach was not the match we wanted. They're obviously a bit of a bogey team for us, but hopefully, we do see this through, and we're doing really well, so there's no reason why we couldn't. As for Gladbach, they are currently 12th in the Bundesliga table, coming off a 1-0 loss to Hertha Berlin. So, Gladbach's really struggling this season. Obviously, they were in the Champions League last season and putting up good matches against Inter and Real Madrid. But, this year, they're really a different team. They're a much better team still than the table shows. They should not be in 12th. They're better than that, but still, they might not be one of the top 6 teams this year. It's just seeming like they don't have it together. Whether it's coaching issues, whether it's players, I'm not really sure, but Gladbach seems to still be that one team that gets the best out of us somehow. Obviously, they've won the most points against Bayern in the past few years. I can almost say that with 100% certainty just by basing on the results in my head from the last few years. Obviously, Hoffenheim's up there as well, but still, Gladbach is that number one team that seems to get the better of us. Gladbach, of course, beat FC Kaiserslautern in the first round of the DFB Pokal. They're actually a third league side, and they only won 1-0, so pretty close match. It actually was 50% possession, and they both had very similar shots and shots on target, so it really could have went either way. You'd expect a much more dominant performance over a third league team, especially for a team like Gladbach, but they might consider themselves a bit lucky. Maybe not lucky, but they definitely feel like they should have played better in that game and should be just happy just getting out of that game. So expected lineups for Bayern Munich on Wednesday. Alphonso Davies and Leon Goretzka remain doubtful, so I'm going to go with Manuel Neuer in goalie. At the back, I'm going to go with Lucas Hernandez, Upamecano, Niklas Schul, and Benjamin Pavard. In the midfield, I expect Sabitzer, Kimmich, and Muller. I do expect Goretzka to replace Sabitzer if he does overcome that cold. And up top, I do expect Kingsley Coman, Lewandowski, and Sané. And those are 3 players that are doing really well right now. Serge Gnabry, I think, should definitely be in there. But, of course, he's been playing a lot of matches recently, and Kingsley Coman has been doing well since his recovery, so I don't see why Coman can't get the start. As for Gladbach, they will be led by coach Adi Hütter. They are missing some key players for this game, which should take out some of Gladbach's threat. Of course, injured. On the injured and sick list are Doucouré, Christoph Kramer, Leiner, Thuram, and Ginter. So some major names there. Obviously, Ginter, Thuram, and Leiner especially are some major names they're going to wish were in the lineup, but they might not be on Wednesday. So that should come into obviously Bayern's favor. So my expected starting lineup for Gladbach will be Sommer as the goalkeeper. At the back, I would expect him to run with a 5-back with Netz, Bensebaini, Elvedi, Bayer, and Joe Scally. Joe Scally, of course, has been quite the emerging player this season and something we'll have to watch out for. In the midfield, I expected Zakaria and Kohn. And up top, very solid front three with Pliat, Lars Stindl, and of course Hoffmann. So definitely they're missing some players, but still a strong lineup altogether. So just some insights on this matchup. So as I said earlier, Joe Scally made his first competitive Gladbach debut in just the first round against Kaiserslautern, and he started every single game since. So he's impressed a lot this season. If you play Bundesliga Fantasy, I'm sure you know of him. Definitely a rising star in that he is quite the good young American prospect for Gladbach. Hoffmann has scored 3 goals in all competitions in 2021-2022 for Gladbach, so he's the tied top goal scorer from that. Lars Stindl also has 3 for Gladbach. I'm sure Bayern Munich fans will remember that Hoffmann scored twice and assisted as Gladbach beat Bayern Munich 3-2 at home in last season. Gladbach are 3-time winners of the DFB Cup, and they've been knocked out 3 times by Bundesliga teams in the last 6 editions of the DFB Cup. So, the other 3 times are losing to probably weaker teams. So, maybe Gladbach isn't so great in the DFB Cup, so we will see that this year. Lewandowski is having another outstanding year with 17 goals in 13 games for Bayern this season, but has only scored twice in his 19 career meetings with Gladbach. So, if you think about his goal ratio in a normal match, maybe closer to 1. Now he's only getting 2 in 19 meetings, so that is just crazy. He really does not excel against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hopefully he does, because if we're going to give him like a 5-10% chance of scoring, that's rate we cannot deal with in a game like this. Hopefully we do see prime Lewandowski on Wednesday, and I'm sure we will see a much better performance than that 2 of 19 that he has been getting historically against Gladbach. Leroy Sané is actually second, so Bayern's next best for goal involvement this season. He actually has 6 goals and 8 assists for 14 goal contributions, so very, very strong season so far for Leroy Sané. Bayern, of course, have won the DFB Cup 20 times, and they're going for 21 this year, but we were actually unfortunately eliminated in second round last year against the Bundesliga 2 team, Holstein Kiel. I'm sure you can all remember. Very, very depressing game. Let's move past that. I know good vibes going into this game for Gladbach, but yeah, last season was quite the big disappointment, so we're going to hope to do a lot better this season, but still a large challenge in our way is Gladbach. So my player to watch for this game will be Leroy Sané. I do expect him to come out with a very strong performance. As I said, he is our second best in goal contribution of the season. Whether it is Choupo-Moting or Robert Lewandowski starting on Wednesday, I do expect Leroy Sané to be doing great dribbling, providing some great passing and just contributing to our offense altogether. So I do think Leroy Sané is going to be the player that they're going to have to watch out the most for on Wednesday. As for our opponent, the player to watch, I'm going to give it to Jonas Hoffmann. Obviously, Scally I would love to give an honorable mention to. He's really emerged as a top player for Gladbach this season, but Hoffmann has just really elevated his game over the past 2 years, and now he's making frequent appearances for Germany over the last few months, so definitely a player we have to watch out for. He can score, and he definitely can pass the ball too, so someone we have to look out for on Wednesday. For my prediction for this big game, it's going to be a 2-1 win for Bayern Munich in my eyes. That's what I'm predicting. I do think it's going to be a really close game. Of course, it is at Borussia Park, so they're going to have home advantage, and obviously they are still a strong team despite what the table says. So I can see this being a close one. I do think we'll get the job done at the end of the day, but it will be a very, very exciting match, I do think. As for goal scorers, I can see Sané, and I do think maybe Lars Stindl may get one past Manuel Neuer on Wednesday, but who knows what will happen? We'll have to see on Wednesday. I am very excited for this match, and I hope you all are too. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment. And if you want to see more Bayern Munich content like this in the future, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, Mia Samia.